Good morning. Good morning. How's everybody doing? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Coffee Talk. Today is Wednesday, September 7th, I think. And for many of my friends up north, today is the first day of school. So if your children are going to school today for the first time, I wish them the very best first day. I can't believe that we in the South are already coming up on homecoming. And so I just wanted to wish your kids a great first day. How many miles do you walk a day? Well, my intentional miles, meaning the miles I walk in the morning to walk, are 4. And then by the end of the day, I usually have walked about 8 total. But anyway, I appreciate so many of you who have sent me messages letting me know that you received your Coffee Talk packages. Mary and I are working to get through every single order, reply to every message. If you have any issues with your order or any questions, you can email me at orders@coffeetalk.com. The website to purchase is coffeetalk.com, www.coffeetalk.com. We have all kinds of new stuff up there. And so I just wanted to say thank you to everybody who the pajama pants are up there. They're all up there. Check again. And if you have a problem, email me at orders@coffeetalk.com and I'll send you the link directly. Okay? Anyway, I wanted to tell you guys something that I noticed yesterday, and I think this is a really, really important thought for when we are going into school with our kids, but also just for life. Okay? So, yesterday, my son got a violation for taking somebody's chicken nugget off their tray at school without asking. And I got the violation. Max told me about it as soon as he got in the car. I'm like, how was your day? He's like, not good. I'm like, why? I got a violation. What happened? Well, so-and-so got up from the lunch table and left his food, and I took 2 chicken nuggets off his tray and I ate them. So first of all, I'm like, ew, during a panorama, you're not putting your fingers in somebody else's food. Like, what the hell? And so I'm like, why would you do that? And why, seriously, why would you put your fingers in someone else's food? That's disgusting. Don't touch other people's food. You don't know if he's sick. He don't know if you're sick, right? The whole thing. So I focus on the violation. This isn't how I want the year to start off. Now I got to sign this shit and whatever, blah, blah, blah. And he's, of course, quiet. And he's very, what's the word? Distant, I guess, about the whole thing. So we get through it. I pick up the other kids from school. We go home. I make him his snack. He changes for soccer. He does his homework, blah, blah, blah. And last night, when he was going to bed, we sat and talked. And I said to him, all right, now, you got to keep your hands to yourself at the lunch table. Don't put your hands on anybody else's lunch. And he's like, I won't. And then he waits a minute and he says, Mom? I say, yeah. He says, do you think when you're packing my lunch, you could pack me more lunch? And I'm like, more lunch? I pack you like a full lunch. He's like, yeah, I know, but like, do you think you could pack me more lunch? And it occurs to me in that moment that my son was hungry. He was not acting out. He wasn't trying to be a dick. He wasn't just putting his hands in someone else's food. He was hungry. And I said to him, oh my God, yes, I absolutely can. I am so sorry. I did not get to the why of this whole thing. You are hungry. By the way, the kid didn't care. The kid's like, I wasn't going to eat him anyway. I don't know why they're giving him a violation. I don't care. But that's not the point. The point is, you don't take somebody else's food without asking. Anyway, the point is that I never even really got to the why. I saw the violation. I reacted to the infraction, but I never got to the why. And for me, I realized it's a lesson in how often we look at the mistakes that people make, but we don't take the time to understand why. Like, why did you do this? Why did you make this decision? How can I help you not make these decisions in the future? And I realized Max's body is changing. First of all, he's in 8th grade. He's going through puberty and he's growing and sleeping and eating I don't even know how much your boys are eating, but my son's eating me out of house and home. But he also started playing football for the first time. Max is used to playing soccer twice a week, 3 times a week. He's now playing sports 6 days a week. And he's out on the football field playing as adrenaline is running 3 hours a day. So his body is reacting to those changes. He was hungry. Look, I'm not making excuses for you stuck your hand, you reached over and took someone else's food while the kid wasn't looking. That's not cool. Don't do that. But the why is how you stop the behavior from happening again. Okay? Because we're survivalists. If my kid is starving, even if he knows he's going to get a violation, he's taking the chicken nuggets. I'm going to tell you that right now. I know my son. My son is an eater. Okay? So he knows he's not supposed to take somebody else's food. But I'm going to tell you about Max. One thing about Max, he's going to eat. You're not going to get between him and hunger. I'll tell you right now. So I say this to say that I should have gotten to the why. And truthfully, and I'm not ragging on any teachers because I love teachers. I was one and I love them. But I think if the teacher had looked for the why instead of the violation, she could have been a helper in that moment and said, Max, are you hungry? Come here, bud. Do you need more food? You can't take somebody else's food, but are you hungry? Do you want me to get you something? That's a better way, I think, to handle that kind of infraction. Also, they're in 8th grade. Maybe let's not give kindergarten violations out. But whatevs. So, for those of you who have boys, specifically, not to say that girls don't get hungry, because they do, but boys specifically, y'all, these kids will eat like there's no bottom. Like the food is going to the bottom of their legs and they got to fill up their tank. I'm telling you. Sometimes you meet moms who are like, my kid's so picky, he never eats. I don't have that boy. Okay. I have had to start making extra dinner so that I have real food for my son for lunch. A sandwich and some chips does not cut it for my son anymore. He needs full meals at lunchtime. I'm talking about thermos full of rice and turkey sausage and vegetables with an apple and yogurt and fucking granola bars and meat sticks. I'm talking full ass lunch, dinner, But I think empathy comes with looking for the why. You know, I wish that I had reacted differently yesterday in the moment, but he and I both had an aha moment at the end of the day. And that's all that matters to me, is like, you took the food because you were hungry. Now that makes sense. Now I understand why you did it. That doesn't mean it's right, but I understand the why. And now I can adjust my behavior as your lunch maker and make sure that you are getting more food. Now I understand I have to overpack, and he'll bring home whatever he doesn't eat, but I have to overpack him. He needs to be full, because Max is not a breakfast kid. I've tried to get him to eat breakfast. He will not. So he goes to school on an empty stomach, and by the time he hits the lunchroom, he is starving. So that is my why. And now I get it. And by the way, he eats lunch at like noon, a full ass dinner lunch, and then comes home from school at 3 o'clock and eats a full ass dinner snack. I'm talking about rice, beans, and a quesadilla. I'm talking flatbread with hummus and 2 bell peppers and like edamame. Like, the kid is not stopping eating. Nonstop. But I love it for him. I do. I just have to be better so that he's not stealing chicken nuggets off somebody else's plate. Period. Anyway, but the point of this conversation is just, we see the violation, we react to it, but we don't take time to figure out the why. If your child is taking food at school, or if he's staying away from someone suddenly, or if they're, whatever the infraction is, if they're being rude to a specific teacher, that's usually a defense mechanism. We want to blame it on teen behavior, but that's usually because the teacher has embarrassed them in some way or left them out. And I'm just saying, maybe if we look for the why, we can better help them at home so the behavior doesn't happen again. Doesn't mean we have to justify the behavior. Doesn't mean the behavior's right. It just means, okay, I understand why this is happening. So now as your parent, as the captain of the ship, I can help us steer it better. That's all I'm saying. Devin, can you say hi to my sweetheart, Lisa? Sure. Hi, Lisa. Anyway, I love you guys, and I hope that you have a great day.